Today, our champion, Gary Carrington of Plaistow, New Hampshire, faces the challenge of Tom Olszta of Sturbridge, Massachusetts, on Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and as always, we're glad you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts, for 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, total pinfall determining our winner. Each of our bowlers, as you know, takes home a permanent souvenir. They're provided by the Ace Trophy Company of Boston. Each will take home some money, too, because we have guaranteed prize money of $1,200. $700 of that goes to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string. Obviously, should they tie, then they would split that at $25 apiece. Lots of other opportunities for our bowlers to make bonus money, and these 2 guys know how to make bonus money, as you well know. All right, enough of that. Let's talk to today's bowlers, shall we? Tommy. A lot of folks have been asking me, when's Tom Olszta coming back? Well, here you are.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has. And, you know, I was just looking at the fact that you have been on this program. This is your 50th regular appearance.
Wow, it's a lot.
It is,
a long time ago.
Well, of course, you have to realize, I mean, he was just a kid when he came on. You were the youngest, too, I guess, weren't you, when you came on?
I believe I was 16 when I first came on.
Yeah, they changed the rules after that, huh? And Mr. Carrington, let's see, you've gone past 25. You're in 26th appearance now, huh?
Not up what Tommy is, but I wish he waited a couple more weeks. But,
Well, let's see. You have rolled. I'm just looking at this. Don Riley has given me some interesting stats because you've rolled 10 400s on this show. And let's see, you have rolled 15 400s in your time on the show. That about balances out. You've been on twice as long as he has. I mean, twice as many times. I can't wait. I'll tell you, I know the folks out there can't wait either, because this should be a gem. Good luck to you, Gary, and good luck to you, Tom. We'll get underway right after this. All right, leading off, Tom Olszta. Tom right now has a league average of 128. Little off to the right, leaving the head pin, the 7 and the 9, 2 pieces of wood in between the head pin and the 9. The reaction as he got the 1 and the 9 and sent a piece of wood flying over toward the 7, although it did not knock it down. It's a 10. In addition to making his 50th regular appearance, Tom Olszta has appeared on 7 of our live championship telecasts, and he's won 3 of them. Is it going to be? Yes, it is. It is a strike. Now Gary Carrington, and Gary has a sparkling league average of 134. He has a spare leave right away. The 5 and the 9, no wood. Missed the 5. It's a 9. Another spare leave, and Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, calls time. He wants to check on a piece of wood that's rolling this way toward the deadwood line, and as soon as it crosses it, which it just did, it is removed. It's the 4 and the 8 that he looks at, and again he missed on a spare leave by taking out the back of the 2 pins, not getting what would have been the object pin. There, he's right on it. Now Tom Olszta comes up, and Tom is working on a strike. He's on lane 2 here at the fairway, and first ball gets him 8 and leaves him with a spare leave. It's the same spare leave that Gary Carrington just missed on lane 3. The 4 and the 8. And he missed it. He did get the 4, but too far on the left side of it. So the fill is 9 on his strike, and in the box it's a 10. Tom's high single is a 209. His high triple is a 496. He also holds the highest triple on this program in our 32 and a half years, a 483. He has the 5 and 10, the old Woolworth split, but he does have a piece of wood to the left of the 5 pin. And he uses it to make the spare. Now our defending champion, Gary Carrington. This is the 6th consecutive week for Gary Carrington. He won by defeating Ed Zernicke. Is it going to be? No, the 5 pin, the king pin, did not go down. Looked for a moment as though he was going to have a strike. He does not miss that one, so he's on the board with a mark. Gary's high single is 195, and his high triple is 471. Gary is married and father of 2 sons. He has a strike on top of his spare. Okay, first check on the scoreboard, as we always do. Each bowler with bonus balls to roll. 2 for Carrington, 1 for Olszta. And in pins already down, they are tied at 49. Challenger Tom Olszta. He's working on a spare. That's the way to work on a spare. Strike on spare. Now he moves to lane 3. Eight. With that first ball, he's looking at the 2 and 7. Missed it. He almost stole it. He missed it badly, and then the ball spun across, and actually, he got the 7, I should explain. It was the 2 pin that he missed. The ball came flying back, and it just missed it. The hand is for Ralph Stewart, who went down to get some wood, and he misses it again. So it turns out to be a 9. All right, let's see now what our defending champion Gary Carrington can do. He already has 2 marks in a row. As just about everyone knows, 3 marks in a row establishes a bonus of $50. Then each subsequent consecutive mark in the same string is worth $50 apiece, as long as he can keep it going. He's, well, yes, he has 2 strikes in a row now. $50 in bonus money already for our defending champion, Gary Carrington. And he has had some very big days as far as bonus money is concerned in the 5 previous weeks. He got a break. It appeared that he had come too full in the middle, and was going to leave 2 pins on the left and 2 pins on the right. The 2 on the left have fallen, and now he just has to work now on the 3 and 6, but he doesn't get the 3. Now he has it for a 10. Tom Olszta back again. Tom is married and has 2 children. The 2 and the 5 with a piece of wood perpendicular to the pins and toward himself. And he did hit that, so he got just the 2. The 5 is still there. It's a 10. Tom is employed as a salesman, Gary as a pipe fitter. He released that ball a little soon and just pushed it off to the right. So he has 4 horsemen left side. He also has the 5, 8, and 10. Everything down except the 7, piece of wood rolling toward it, but into the gutter. It's a 10. Tom Olszta, one of the fastest bowlers. Now Gary Carrington. He has a strike. The last 2 pins were standing, then suddenly they dropped. He got everything except the 6 and 10. 8 on the first ball. He has it. So that was a rather costly miss of a single pin that he missed in the 6th box. Otherwise, he would have had 6 marks in a row. Now Tom Olszta bowling in the 9th. Spread eagle, 2 full. 2, 4, 7, 3, 6, 10. No wood. And 2 full on the 3 pins. So now he will try to take out 2, 4, 7. Settle for an 8. That's what he did. $115. And this box to go. Little too full again. He winds up this time with the 3, 6, and 7. And there's a piece of wood that was in a beautiful spot just to the left of the 3 pin. Now it has gone over and it is settling down around where the 5 would be. The 7 is still there. So the best he can do is a 125, and it is going to be a 124. As I told you earlier, his league average right now is 128. Speaking of league average, I had a letter from a lady who would like me to tell you how one establishes a league average. Well, obviously, they bowl in a regular league, and maybe it's a Tuesday night. They bowl 3 strings with their group. At the end of the first of the season, they divide the total of the 3 strings by 3. The next week, they will bowl 3 more. Now they divide the total of the 6 strings that have been bowled in league competition by 6. and then the next week by 9, and so forth and so on. So you're constantly averaging out what you are rolling in your league. That's your league average. 142 right now for Gary Carrington as he gets a 9. Now he's moved into the 10th box, and he has a spare leave again. This time it's a 3 and 6. He has it. He's at 152 plus what he rolls on the next. So you'll have a very substantial, I won't say comfortable lead. You never would say you'd have a comfortable lead when you're bowling against either of these guys because they're so explosive. He had 8 more. So a 160. And a fine hand and a congratulations from Tom Olszta. After 1 and $50 more in bonus money for winning the first string, Gary Carrington 160, Tom Olszta 124. Our defending champion leads off. He, got a big break. For a while he had the 4, 5, and 7. And of course 4 and 5 side by side with no wood is tough. But both the 4 and 5 have toppled. He has just the 7. However, the way the 4-pin fell, it may be a roadblock, maybe not. It was not. He played it well. It could have been, but fortunately, he played it well. And he adds 8, leaving the 1 and the 10. He made it. Nice shot, too. So a great start on the middle string, and as he's coming closer to the halfway point, he is really piling up the pinball. Tom Olszta now has a spare leave. This will be the 2 and the 5. One piece of wood alongside the 2 to the left side of it. Can he get it? He does. Tom got himself a little too full coming in. He got 7 to drop, but he's working on 3, 6, and the 4 with no wood. Oh, yes! Oh, what a beauty! Take another look at that one. That was with no wood. Oh, baby, what a shot. Now Gary Carrington. He has 2 marks in a row. Tom Olszta has 2 marks in a row to start the middle string. Gary was too full that time, maybe being a little too careful. He leaves the 2, the 4, the 7, the 6, and 10. Too full that time on the 2-pin. He got everything except the 7, so it's a 9 box. Another split, 7-pin alone on the left, over on the right, 6 and 10 with wood in front of the 6 and 10. And he almost pulled off a spectacular shot as he got the 6 and 10 and flew the ball across, but it missed the 7. It's a 10. All right, let's see now whether Tom Olszta can pick up some bonus money. He has 2 marks in a row. It's going to be tough. He got 7, but he has side-by-side 4 and 5, and he also has the 7. One piece of wood that's rolling around. Doesn't know whether it's going to stop in the 3 spot. I guess it's going to stop around the 3, where the 3 would be. There's another piece of wood over halfway in the gutter to the left of the 4. Tom has studied it. He's made his decision. He fires, and he gets just 1. So neither was able to make it 3 marks in a row, starting the middle string. So far, Tom has been able to pick up just 1 pin of that 36-pin lead. He's got 4 and 6. They're on the parallel plane, as you know. 1 piece of wood behind, 1 in front of the 6-pin. He banged it off the sidewall, but it came spinning across behind the 4-pin, and he didn't get it. All right, another check on the scoreboard, as we always do after 4 boxes of the first and 4 boxes of the second. Tom Olszta has picked up 1 pin of that 36-pin deficit against Gary Carrington. And right now, after 4 boxes of the middle string, to the halfway point of the match and leading by 35. No wood to help. Well, wait a minute. Now, a piece of wood that looked like it was going in the gutter is coming back out again. He has 4 horsemen left side, 1, 2, 4, 7. He also has the 9-pin, and that piece of wood may help to get it. It did, and he made it. Two full, almost a complete spread eagle. He did manage to pick up 1 more pin, so there are 5 standing. On the left, it's 2, 4, 7. On the right, it's 3, 6. That's the left side. The Massachusetts Bowling Association's 1991 100% handicap state Candlepin tournament has begun, which you probably know, but entries are still being accepted for most events, in case you didn't know that. The tournament's going to continue statewide for 11 weekends, concluding on May 18th. All the winners being invited to the annual awards night dinner on June 6th. Tom Olszta comes up with a hammer. He has a strike. He has 2 strikes in a row. Now, Gary Carrington. And Gary has a spare lead. 6 and 9. Wood in front of it. Too bad. A piece of wood actually made it more difficult for him to get at it, so he did not get the 9. Spread eagle. You know, that 100% handicap tournament permits all bowlers, regardless of average, to compete on an even ground, so that can be a lot of fun. And I've been told by the Massachusetts Bowling Association that thousands of entries have already been received by the 34 area host centers. It is an 8-box. Now, Tom Olszta comes up, and he already has 2 strikes in a row. And just in case somebody doesn't know, for 3 strikes in a row, there is an additional bonus of $1,000. Enough said. Let's watch. No. He leaves the 7, the 8, and the 10 with 3 pieces of wood out in front. Made it. $50 in bonus money for 3 marks in a row. Spread eagle. He got a pair on the left-hand side. Now he'll work on the 3, 6, 10 over on the right. He has left the 2 pins. And he leaves the goal post, the 2 and 3. So it is an 8 box. That 36-pin lead has been narrowed to 9. Now Gary Carrington. And he got a break. He had the 7 and 10 standing. The 10 fell. Now he has just the 7 pin to pick up. There is double wood in the gutter just to the left, so he has to be careful. He made it. He made it clean. Spare in the 9. With that state championship, once again, the Pilgrim Lanes of Haverhill is going to host the open events. 5 of the 7 open events will be decided right here on Channel 5. We'll keep you posted. All right, Gary Carrington working on the spare, and he gets 6. He's left the 2, 5, 7, and 8. He has wood to the right of the 5 and in between the 2 and the 5. And the 7 did not go. Waiting for a piece of wood to settle down. There. It's a 10. Now Tom Olszta for the final 2 boxes in the middle string. He has a strike in the 9th. In these 2 boxes, he has cut the lead down to 9. He's opposite 26 pins by Gary Carrington. He gets 9 as a fill on the first. The single pin that's up right now is the 6 pin. Oh, over it. I'm almost directly behind lane 3, and I'll tell you, when I look down there, that pin looks so skinny. Seven. How about that? Gary Carrington rolls a 160, and Tom Olszta rolls a 158. And right now, Tom Olszta has taken the lead in the match by 2 pins. As he won the second one, 158. 2-pin lead in the match for Tom Olszta. Nine pin just toppled, and he is looking right now at 2 and 4 to convert with favorable wood, and he does not miss that one. So a spare to begin the 3rd string. Each bowler with an excellent chance to again go over 400, and they're very familiar with that territory. Right now, Gary Carrington is in the lead for our championship True Value show. 7 is the fill. However, he's working on the 3-pin, the 4, and the 7 with 2 pieces of wood. All around it, but the 4-pin did not go. Gary Carrington with a 451 is top seed for our True Value Championship show, which will be aired live in prime time on August the 24th. Joe Tavernese is second seed with 440. Paul Berger with a 427 third. Joe Ashline, who had that great match against his doubles partner Gary Carrington about 3 weeks ago with a 424. And Don Richmond in fifth place with a 422. Al Johnson is the alternate at 413. And a lob called immediately by Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee. Al Giglio is keeping score on the electronic scoreboard. Keith Williams on the board for the folks here. Don Riley is our statistician and coordinator, and of course Phil Rubin is our producer-director. Now Gary is rolling the third ball with 2 pins standing, and they are the 3 and the 7. It is a 9. Our crew today is Howie Rouse, Bob Oliver, George Manning, Dan McClellan, and in post-production videotape, Doug DeVitt. Gary Carrington, a little too full on the head pin. However, he gets 8 pins to drop. Look at that sweater on Ralph Stewart, will you? Gary Carrington converts and makes the spare. Ah, yes. Ralph, the picture of sartorial elegance. All right, here is Tom Olszta rolling in the 3rd and 4th. He has a spare lead. It's one of those triangles that we know can be tricky. This one is made up of the 4, 7, and 8. Oh, he got a break. Because the fact that it is tricky, he took just the 4 and 7, but the pin toppled over and got the 8. He knew he was coming in too full, but he still got 8 because he gets such action. They both do. Now he's looking at the 2 and the 6. Made it! Gary Carrington has a spare in the 2nd. He has a strike. So a strike on his spare. That puts them in a tie through 22 boxes. Gary has an excellent chance to make a spare here. He got 9 on the first ball. He's opposite spare 8 by Tom Olszta. With that first ball, he has picked up 9, and the single pin that's up is the 7. And he's all over it. So another $50 in bonus money for Gary Carrington. Pins are rocking back and forth, but the 2 pins that are staying up are tough to work on because it's the 3 and the 4. No. It's a 9. Two, 4, and 10. Got the 2 and 4, the 10 still there. That was not a time when he wanted to be open. In the 5th and 6th boxes. All right, Gary Carrington has 3 marks in a row, working on a spare. Here's the fill on his spare, and he gets how many? 6, I guess. Yep. As a piece of wood came rolling back against the 4 horsemen on the left side, but they remained standing. For another mark? Yes, sir. He's got 4 in a row. And in completed boxes so far, they are tied. However, he's opposite Tom Olszta 9. He got 6 more on this spare. This one will be tougher to convert. 2, 4, 7 on the left, 6 pin on the right. He got the pins on the left. The 6 is still standing, and he is opposite a 10 as Ralph calls time and wants to check to see whether this piece of wood is hovering around the deadwood line. It was touching it. I've explained before the deadwood line is exactly 2 feet toward the bowler from the middle of the head pin. Anything behind it stays there. Anything touching it or this side of it has to be removed. 7-pin lead right now with 4 boxes to go for Gary Carrington. Tom Olszta strikes. First, no wood to help. 2, 4, 5, 7, and 10, no wood. He made it! He made it! With no wood. He gets such great action. They both do, but it's the fact that he can bang those pins around. Oh, man. Can you imagine if these guys were bowling when we had pin boys? They'd be wearing helmets. Gary Carrington. He leaves on the right the 3, 6, 9, and 10, and the 7 pin. He made it! Another beauty! Oh, man, are we seeing shots being made! Sensational shots being made by these 2 bowlers. It's a spread eagle. 4 is the fill. So Tom picked up 6 there. He gets 2 of the 3 on the right. It's a 9. They are tied again. All right, 1 pin. 1 pin separating our bowlers right now. Tom Olszta coming up for his final 2. He has a diamond on the left side. He does have a piece of wood. 6 was the fill. He's looking right now at 2, 4, 5, and 8 with wood. He made it. So another $50 in bonus money for Tom Olszta. He's over 400. And what does he get? He gets a strike. Another $50 in bonus money. What a finish. 4 marks in a row. He has another strike. He's at 158 right now and still has another bonus ball to roll. And he adds 8 more, a 166. What a finish. $166. Now you have some idea how he has been on our program for 50 times. Gary Carrington has a 4-horseman right side and the 7-pin, and he does not convert. It's a 9-box. You are definitely today watching 2 of the very best candlepin bowlers, probably of all time. Both bowlers going over 400. And Tom Olszta is congratulated by Gary Carrington. And once again, Gary Carrington has been involved in a match in which both bowlers have gone over 400. Final score of this one, Tom Olszta, our new champion, 448. And right now in second seat. You never pick a picture postcard. You wouldn't believe it. Maybe about 6 or 8 months ago, I got a card saying, you always pick a picture postcard. So what are you going to do? All right, let's see. This one comes from Indian Orchard, Massachusetts, on Pemaquid Street. It is June Chrysler, and her guess is 760. So she will be rewarded anyway for having this chosen with a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. And I'll tell you, we have a high-low jackpot here somewhere. Tom, you have first try at it, so let's see. How much money is it? Well, not bad, $375. Okay, Gary, still there. By the way, the home viewer jackpot was worth $50 because we had a winner last week. That's why there were so few cards in there. Okay, Gary, you stay here, and Tommy, you come up here too. All I can say is that you two guys are phenomenal, that's all. I mean, just amazing. Tommy, do you realize that this guy now, we have had the 4 highest totals of both bowlers combined have been 883 and 875, 863 and 859, and this guy's in 3 of those 4.
On 2 of them, I lost.
I know he's tough, and you're tough too. That was a great finish.
I needed it. He's got 2 boxes to go, and the way he's bowling.
I know.
I had to throw him, and even then it wasn't safe. He still had 4 strikes in a row, and Gary's very capable of doing it.
I know that.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, because you've had now 16 400 totals on our program, and you son of a gun, what have you got? You got 11 of them now, I guess, huh?
Hey, Tom finished it up like he usually does, you know, and I couldn't hold him off the last two boxes.
Well, listen, it was just phenomenal. You throw a 160, he throws a 158, and you come back again, and both of you go over. It was wonderful. I'll tell you, I hope the folks enjoyed it as much as I did, and all these folks that were here. Bonus money, let's see, $300. Well, I got to find it here, but I'm a little excited, you can tell. Gary Carrington picked up $300 today in bonus money. Boy, you've had a pretty good streak in the last 6 weeks. You're doing all right, huh?
I could use a couple of those a year.
And Tommy picked up 400. More important right now, it is Gary Carrington, top seed for our championship show, and in second place, Tom Olszta. Now, you remember, you beat him once in August, and he came back and beat you in the championship show. That was back in 1988. I know he's thinking about that right now. Look at the grin on his face. Okay, we're running out of time. We gotta run. Bye-bye, everybody.